Good morning. Coming up here on a Tuesday on GMA, Speaker McCarthy facing an effort to force him out of the job with another government shutdown looming just before Thanksgiving. Now, will Democrats bail him out again? Rachel Scott is going to have more from Capitol Hill. And also this morning, the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried set to begin. Once considered the king of cryptocurrency, he is charged with fraud. We'll get into that story and so much more right here on GMA.
And ahead the next hour of GMSA, we're tracking the latest on the carjacking of Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar at gunpoint in Washington, D.C., what police are saying and what happens next. Plus, our Justin Horn getting ready for the annular eclipse next weekend, why it's expected to happen in the path of the Alamo City. And checking TransGuide, we've only had a couple of incidents this morning, including a big one, but right now things look fantastic on the roads, including at 35 and Loop 410.
This morning on GMSA, San Antonio police are trying to find out who hit a man and left him to die on a street south of downtown. What we've been able to learn from the scene. Plus,
the House could vote as soon as today on a measure to oust House Speaker Kevin McCarthy from his leadership. I'm ABC's Justin Finch with what's behind this challenge and McCarthy's reaction this morning.
And the little girl who vanished in New York State has been found safe. How a ransom note helped police catch a suspect.
And we're starting your morning at 72 degrees. What a treat already. And things are just going to get cooler when it comes to the mornings and even our afternoons. We'll be checking in with Mike for the good news very soon.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. It is 6 a.m. on your Tuesday, October 3rd.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed your Monday. And if you didn't get rain, we hope you got some cloud cover at least. I know I did, which was a nice afternoon overall.
It was. Mike said it still got plenty warm yesterday. The big question is, when does an umbrella become a full-time accessory this week?
I'd keep one handy today. We'll have a couple of scattered showers. Most of us won't see anything today. A little bit better chance tomorrow than Thursday. That's going to be the good accessory for that. Now, despite the cloud cover yesterday, like you were saying, it was still on the warm side. We still got up to 92. We're going to be up there again today. And temperatures right now, yeah, we're in the low 70s, but that's still on average around the area 5, 6, 7 degrees above normal. A couple of little sprinkly showers out here to the west. As you can see, they really haven't amounted to too much. Some around Concan, Uvalde, you've seen a couple of sprinkles around Cotulla as well. That's about it. So just keep that small chance of rain in the forecast this morning to account for that. 73 now, so we have gone up 1 degree in the past hour. Upper 60s in parts of the hill country, and there's a bit more humidity. This actually came up slightly in these numbers, dew point temperatures. Measure moisture in the atmosphere, even compared to last hour. And we are going to keep more humidity around the next couple of days. But what that's going to do, though, is help to feed those showers, especially coming in here by Thursday. Fall elm is moderate, mold, ragweed on the low side. Throughout the rest of the morning, we may fluctuate now a couple of degrees here and there over the next hour or so. And again, keep that small chance for a shower around this morning and even throughout the rest of today, because there's going to be just one or two of them here and there popping up. 86 at noon, and then a high temperature today up to 92. So again, fair amount of clouds like yesterday, but still we are going to be on average 6, 7 degrees above normal. Tomorrow, better chance of rain. And then again, we'll talk about the even better chance of rain on Thursday. Then in behind that, we get a surge of cool air just in time for the weekend. Details on that coming up in a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, still got those flashing lights out there?
No, great news out there, Mike, on the southeast side as TxDOT has cleared out that crash that we saw a little bit earlier. It was a rollover crash there, southbound 37 at US 181, but we are all clear. So let's go ahead and check out some other cameras from across the city. 35 Loop 410, smooth sailing right there. See if we get another one in here. 35 and Topper Wine, yeah, traffic moving great in that area as well. As we take a look at our inbound times, you can see that it's pretty good stuff here. We got a lot of green here, so traffic moving along pretty smooth, especially if you're coming from the north side there. Boulevardy 281. I know David Sears is probably getting on his way into the station right now. We got 24 minutes from New Braunfels and 22 minutes there out in Bernie. Want to let you know about some road work and construction that we have taking place. This is taking place through October 6th, so through this Friday out there in the near west side, the westbound main lane, we're going to have closures there, alternating lanes on 36th Street to Loop 410. So drivers in the near west side, just kind of keep this in mind. We have some mill and overlay operations. But again, traffic moving along pretty smooth. Knock on wood. Hopefully that we continue to see that these drivers are doing well on the roadways. Might be a good time to stop, maybe pick up some coffee or some breakfast. All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, an arrest has been made in a deadly stabbing that happened earlier this year. So here's a look at the woman now in custody. This is 34-year-old Whitney Caraway. Now, this is video from the scene when it happened back in May. Officers found the wounded woman in the street outside an apartment complex on Jackson Keller Road near West Avenue. Witnesses believe it started with a fight and were able to identify Caraway. She is facing murder charges.
Also new this morning, San Antonio police say a man is dead after he was hit by a vehicle. Happened around 8:30 last night near I-35 in South Laredo. Police say someone driving by saw the man in the middle of the road with severe head trauma under a bridge. That driver was able to stop traffic and call emergency crews. The victim died at the scene. Police say earlier someone hit the man with their vehicle and did not stop to help. So far, there's no description of the suspect's vehicle.
New details this morning on a battle at Lamar Elementary that is between San Antonio ISD officials and parents. The district is considering closing 19 schools while parents are making a case to keep at least Lamar open. Parents at last night's meeting told district officials that even though Lamar's enrollment dropped during COVID, that appears to be changing. Parents also believe the school will meet any and all standards to stay open. Another meeting will be held later today at Gates Elementary. We have a link to the list of meetings on our website at ksat.com. Now, trustees will vote on the right sizing proposal on November 13th.
Taking a live look this morning in your headlines at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, where House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's job could be in jeopardy. Fellow Republican Matt Gaetz filed a motion to remove McCarthy as Speaker.
As ABC's Justin Finch reports, if a majority of House members vote in favor, McCarthy could be ousted from his post in just days.
Recognize the gentleman from Florida, Mr.
From the House floor, Florida Republican Matt Gaetz taking aim at Speaker Kevin McCarthy, entering his motion to strip McCarthy of the speakership.
Declaring the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives to be vacant. Resolved that the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives is hereby declared to be vacant.
Now the House has to rule within 48 hours. McCarthy posting his response on social media saying, "Bring it on." Gaetz finally filing his motion after months of threats that intensified over last weekend after McCarthy worked with Democrats to pass a short-term deal to fund the government until November 17th. McCarthy rebuffing Gaetz's challenge.
We got a short time period here, about 45 days to get our work done. That's my entire focus.
That bipartisan agreement buying the House more time after McCarthy failed to win over hardline conservatives who were blocking his stopgap proposals and refusing to support new Ukraine defense funding. Though the final deal does not include Ukraine spending, the president says McCarthy assured him it would be approved separately. An agreement Gaetz says was the final straw. Across the aisle, House Democrats have not said if they will help supply McCarthy with enough votes to keep his gavel.
At the end of the day, I'm waiting to hear from Leader Jeffries.
In U.S. history, there have only been two efforts to remove a sitting House Speaker. Both failed in 1910 and 2015. Gaetz says he has enough Republican votes to oust McCarthy, but says he's prepared for Democrats to support the Speaker. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
In your other headlines this morning, a 9-year-old girl who vanished from a park near Albany, New York over the weekend is safe this morning, and the suspect in her abduction is now in custody. Saturday morning, during a family trip at Moreau Lake State Park, 9-year-old Charlotte Senna went for a bike ride and didn't come back. But yesterday saw a big break in the case at Charlotte's home.
4:20 a.m. The car pulls up to a mailbox. Something is left. State police immediately go to the mailbox and identify what is a ransom note that had been left behind.
Police say they lifted a fingerprint from the note and ran it through a database. A crime from nearly 25 years ago helped identify the suspect. Police following that lead to the home of the suspect's mother, 13 miles from Charlotte's house. There they say they found 47-year-old Craig Nelson Ross Jr. The little girl was found safe in a cabinet.
Millions of Americans who depend on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP benefits, will see several changes this month. SNAP benefits are increasing by 12.5% compared to last year, and that means a family of 4 could get a maximum of $973 a month. The extra money is to make up for inflation and an increased cost of living. But here's another change. Able-bodied adults without dependents that are 51 or 52 years old will now need to prove that they're actively working, training, or in school to qualify for SNAP benefits. That change will expand to 51 through 54 years old starting next October.
Looking ahead, GMSA will look a little different starting next week to better serve our viewers and the community we love. Good Morning San Antonio on KSAT will now air from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. every weekday morning, beginning this coming Monday, October 9th.
This change allows for more immediate news gathering on the stories that matter to you and your family the moment you wake up and at a time that works best for you.
Our dedication to breaking news from overnight, pinpoint traffic reports, and your most accurate Weather Authority forecast continues right here on GMSA weekdays from 5 to 7 on KSAT 12. Watch or stream live wherever you get your news.
Time now, 6:10 and 72 degrees for now.
Still to come, TikTok testing a way to avoid ads on their app for price, how much it could cost you, coming up before 6:30.
And there are a lot of questions about federal student loans after payments restarted Sunday. We're breaking down what you need to know after the break.
Outside with live cam, 72 degrees, kind of humid out there. There are some morning clouds, but we need the rain so bad. And a pretty decent chance is still very much in Mike's forecast. We'll take a closer look coming up.
So, student loans, I have them. I have a lot of them. And if you're anything like me, you took them out when you were barely old enough to, and now repayments are starting this month after a 3.5-year-long pause. So, here are 3 things us here at KSAT think you should know about them. Not all borrowers are actually starting their repayments this week. And to find your date, head on over to studentaid.gov. Also, you didn't hear this from me, but there is a new payment plan that could save you a lot of money. And it's called the SAVE Plan. This is an income-driven repayment plan that calculates payments based on a borrower's income and their family size, not their loan balance. And it forgives remaining balances after a certain number of years. This means if you don't make much, you don't pay much. And I chose the cheapest monthly payment. So you don't need to throw away your fun little drink trips just yet. And finally, could loans still get canceled? Realistically? There actually still is a possibility, but details are really limited right now, and nobody will know for a bit. The Biden administration says they are putting a committee together to discuss new forgiveness policies. But going back, that will not happen for a while. But if they do, we'll let you know on air and online, because KSAT's got you covered.
Good job, MJ.
Yep, time now, 6:15, and looking bad. Things are moving so far, RJ.
Yeah, things looking pretty good out there, guys, as we take a look at TransGuide traffic cameras right now. Taking a look out there, I-37 Jones Avenue traffic moving pretty smooth in the area. 410 Jackson Keller traffic moving along pretty well there, as well as we do have a crash being reported there on the northeast side. This is a Loop 64 eastbound at Judson Road. So we do not have a TransGuide camera in that area, but again, this is being reported by TxDOT, and we see now some of the backup here from our maps. Of course, James Madison High School in this area, so something to keep in mind if you are headed out there. One more quick look at our TransGuide traffic cameras. See that, again, guys, traffic moving along pretty good in the rest of the area. I was hoping to get that Alamo Dome shot back in there because I wanted to give a quick shout out to the Spurs media relations staff. They did a great job with Media Day yesterday, and they just are getting ready for the season. Go Spurs go. Their first practice is today.
How exciting that you were out there.
I heard you and Pop are already like this.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, actually, he said he's already annoyed with the Wemby questions. When the Wemby question in, he said, I'm already annoyed with them.
Wow.
Well, but
so what do you do with that?
though? Yeah, I was going to say, to be expected, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he knew. He's like, yeah, I know.
He's just
joking
being
around.
Pop. Yeah. He knows more are coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah. There's going to be a lot more.
Well, how fun. When excitement in the room I saw yesterday for the
definitely.
season.
They said when Wemby walked in the room, it was a crowd
all
surge.
eyes on Wemby, yes.
Yeah.
All eyes on the tall French French kid.
How's he handling the attention? Any indication?
He looks great. He said that he rested after all the wild summer that he had. He got to, as Mark's showing right there, flexing a little bit. Yeah, he got a little bit bigger, gained 15 pounds, so he's ready to go. He said he definitely got the rest he needed to get before the season started.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good news.
But as far as the hype, is that still?
Well, I think him getting away for a little bit was very helpful.
Helped.
That was good stuff. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's roll the bus this morning, and we have temperatures in the low 70s. One or two little sprinkles out there. We've got a few of them off to the west and the southwest this morning. Then we'll have a couple more this afternoon, like yesterday. Some folks saw rain. A lot of folks didn't see rain. Still 92, so we're still going to be well above normal. Should be in the mid 80s this time of year, but that's going to be changing. Here's what it looked like with a little bit of a rainbow that showed up yesterday with some of those showers. Great picture. Thank you very much for that. All right, we talk about some of those sprinkly showers out there right now. And again, there are those few down there to the southwest, and that's pretty much about it. It's really not going to amount to too much of anything, and I just keep the chance for a couple of those little sprinkles in the forecast. All right, let's take a look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, and this is going into, obviously, later on this week, the weekend, and as you can see that, leaning a little bit better than 50-50 odds of seeing precipitation. When was the last time we saw this? Leaning toward the lower side of normal, which is definitely in the forecast for the weekend with those temperatures that are, yes, going to be on the below normal side. Then going into the 8 to 14 day outlook. Little bit of precipitation or leaning that direction. However, temperatures then kind of lean back toward the warmer side of normal. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to be back up in the 90s again, just slightly above normal. But it is a promising 6 to 10 day outlook. Here's what's going on. Of course, we've got the front, which is going to be working its way in through here throughout the day on Thursday. It will start to move in here overnight tomorrow night into Thursday, but not really come through till later on in the afternoon. So it looks like the majority of the rain is going to be developing throughout the day, and then that pushes on throughout the day. Now, by the weekend, we will have that secondary surge of some cooler air coming in here, so that's going to give us those below normal temperatures over the weekend. Then that moves on out. We sort of moderate a little bit toward the mid to latter portion of next week. Another trough's going to try and develop out there to the northwest of us, and so the hope being that that would then pull another front through here further on down the road. Got some clouds hanging around here right now, and as far as today, we will see a few of those sprinkly showers around here. Not really a great chance of rain, 30% chance, as I mentioned, but then a slightly better chance of rain comes in here tomorrow. Temperatures still right around 90. Then we get temperatures, thanks to the extra cloud cover around here, mid 80s Thursday, Friday. Good chance of rain on Thursday, even some heavier downpours here and there. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that because a lot of moisture is going to be kind of hanging around here, potentially to get squeezed out, and then cooler over the weekend.
Thank you, Mike. 620, 72 degrees.
We'll be right back with your consumer headlines.
RSV can severely affect the lungs and lower airways.
But I'm protected with Arexvy.
Arexvy is a vaccine used to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious for those over 60, including those with asthma, diabetes, COPD, and certain other conditions.
But I'm protected.
Arexvy is proven to be over 82% effective in preventing lower respiratory disease from RSV and over 94% effective in those with these health conditions. Arexvy does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients. Those with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects are injection site pain, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, and joint pain.
I chose Arexvy.
RSV, make it Arexvy.
Any morning consumer headlines. TikTok users may soon get to enjoy the platform without ads. The company reportedly testing an ad-free version of the app that's expected to cost $4.99 a month. The app will still be available at no cost for users who don't want to pay to ditch ads.
A new legal battle has erupted for Elon Musk's X, formerly known as Twitter. The platform is being sued by a Florida ad agency called X Social Media for competition and trademark infringement. So X Social Media says X is causing marketplace confusion, resulting in a loss of revenue.
And there's a new AI warning from Tom Hanks. The actor says his likeness was used for a dental plan ad without his consent, obviously. Hanks is one of many voices in TV and film speaking out after artificial intelligence versions of them were used in advertising.
We will be seeing a lot more of that, I'm sure.
No doubt.
Yeah. Time now, 6:25 and 72 degrees for now.
At first glance, the roads still look pretty good out there. There's 37 at 410 as we're on the rotating camera shots right now. There's 37 at the Alamo Dome and that beautiful shot of the Tower of the Americas. You're watching GMSA. This morning on GMSA, we're tracking the latest in the carjacking of Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar at gunpoint in our nation's capital. What police there are saying and what happens next. Plus,
if you want to clean up your community, you want to get to know your law enforcement, you want to get to know your neighbor, you got to come out to these events.
Crime and violence can happen just about anywhere, and community members want to end that. How a big event tonight could make neighborhoods safer.
Outside with live cam. Personal choice. I'm tempted to get another car wash, but I've looked at Mike's forecast again and I don't know if I want to go there just yet. Good morning, everybody. 6:30 on your Tuesday. It is October 3rd.
Hi, thanks for joining us. Or you could get a car wash. Yeah, for all of us, right, Mike?
I did that Sunday.
Again.
Okay, we'll do it again.
Again, yeah.
Okay. RJ, what do you think about this? Should I go for it?
Yes.
We're
live on the edge here.
Yes. The Mark Austin car wash guarantee that it will rain later this week.
That's true, yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
Help all of San Antonio out by getting a car wash. Thank you, Mark.
I'll do it.
Working on it.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, we do have a couple of sprinkly showers out there right now, and no glow of the morning sunrise as of yet. Here's those few little sprinkles out to the west. They haven't, been trying to kind of do something and really haven't amounted to much of anything, just a little bit of sort of gee whiz rain. Of course, we'll take anything we can get. And temperature, 73. We started off the show this morning at 72, so we have gone up 1 degree, upper 60s, low 70s in parts of the hill country. And also, we do have more humidity out there this morning. These numbers, dew points, are up compared to yesterday. 4 or 5 degrees on average around here. We were right around 64 for dew point yesterday, which is still some humidity, but yeah, there is more out there, and we are going to keep more humidity around for the next couple of days. That's going to tend to build back in here. That then, though, is going to feed some of those showers, especially the showers and thunderstorms that we're going to be seeing around here on Thursday. Fall, is moderate. Mold and ragweed are both on the low side, and a couple of showers, a few thunderstorms again today. A lot like what we saw yesterday. Plenty of clouds around here. We're still going to make it up into the low 90s today. Then tomorrow, slightly better chance for some rain, and we'll still be 90, low 90s. Then we get into Thursday. We will have rain. Rain's going to start to develop a little more widespread tomorrow night, early on Thursday, but still not the really heavier stuff, which is going to be moving in during the day because the front's not going to move through till later on in the afternoon on Thursday, and we will be in the mid 80s. There are also going to be a few heavier downpours, not widespread in our area. Most of that's going to be further off to the east and northeast, but there will be those pockets with some widespread heavy downpours on Thursday. Then we go into the weekend, and it's going to be fall because we will get sort of a secondary push of some cooler air coming in here for the weekend. So get ready for that. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, any big problems?
Yes, Mike. All right. So we're following a crash here on the northeast side, kind of that in-between area. We're looking at a crash here in the eastbound lanes of Loop 1604 at Judson Road, something we've been following over the past about 15-20 minutes or so. And you can see that traffic has now been built up here a pretty good amount as it's traffic, as you can see, delays past O'Connor Road all the way to basically, a little bit heading towards Bulverde Road. So if you need to exit, go ahead and exit Bulverde Road and get on Classen Road. If you need to get to Madison High School, Madison, of course, right there on Stall Road. So this is something that we're going to continue to monitor either. Unfortunately, we don't have any TransGuide cameras in the area, but I just talked to them. They said that it is a minor crash, but again, causing some big delays right now, and they are working on it right now to get that cleared out. TxDOT is. Taking a look at our TransGuide traffic cameras, you can see some downtown cameras there, and then we have 37 at Jones Avenue. Traffic moving along smooth in that area. Then 410 Jackson Keller traffic moving along pretty well there as well. So again, biggest thing we're following right now is that crash there, eastbound lanes of 1604 at Judson Road. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. San Antonio police looking for surveillance cameras or any human eyes that may have witnessed a deadly crash near downtown.
It involves a car that hit a man and kept going. Katrina Weber is live where a passerby found the victim on South Laredo Street at I-35.
Katrina, what have you been able to find out about the man who was killed?
Well, not a whole lot. I did check with the medical examiner's office, and the staff there tells me that they don't have any information on the man at this point. Now, police say a driver who was passing by this area near I-35 in South Laredo noticed the man on the ground under the highway suffering from a serious head injury. The driver was able to block off the area and call 911 around 8:30 last night. When paramedics arrived and checked on the victim, they found out that he was dead. Police say they have no information on the car that hit the man and then kept going. Now, there are several businesses in this area, but it's still unclear whether any of them have cameras that may have been pointing in that direction or whether those cameras captured any video that might be of help to police. Reporting live south of downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. This morning, we're keeping an eye on new details surrounding the carjacking of Congressman Henry Cuellar of Texas. It happened last night at gunpoint by 3 armed carjackers in D.C. The Washington Post reported the robbery happened around 9:30 in the Navy Yard area, not far from the U.S. Capitol complex. According to ABC News, an alert sent to members stated the men held guns to his head and took his car and phone. We're told that Cuellar was not hurt and police recovered his vehicle later. So far, no arrests have been made.
Happening tomorrow, a new episode of the Texas Crime Stories podcast. Here's a look at what listeners can expect.
In the fall of 2017, the air was filled with the excitement of college life at Trinity University. But not everything was what it seemed for one student.
Partying, drugs, and unhealthy relationship would lead to a tragic ending for 19-year-old Kaylee Mandotti. Her dreams and aspirations brutally cut short. But was it an accident or murder? I'm Erica Hernandez.
And I'm Lee Waldman. This is Texas Crime Stories, Twisted Love, the Kaylee Mandotti tragedy.
Now, the full episode is out tomorrow. You can check it out on our website at ksat.com, our YouTube channel, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Crime concerns on the west side leading people to come together to create safer neighborhoods.
It's all part of the San Antonio Neighbors Together event happening tonight. Pastor Vincent Robinson is co-chair of the West End Hope in Action Neighborhood Group. The organization will lead their neighbors together at the Frank Garrett Multi-Service Center from 4 to 8 p.m. tonight. Now, he says it takes just one neighbor to make a difference and hopes that can lead to creating a safer place for everyone.
If you want to clean up your community, you want to get to know your law enforcement, you want to get to know your neighbor, you got to come out to these events.
Robinson is pastor of Harper's Chapel Baptist Church on Lombrano. He says his goal is to bridge the gap and help anyone who's in need of food and services.
KSAT, along with our community partners, sponsoring this year's Light the Night event. It's a night to support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and pay tribute to patients, survivors, and those who may have passed away from cancer.
Our Lee Waldman will be the MC for the event at Hemisphere on the 14th. It starts at 6 p.m. Registration is free and open to everyone, and participants are encouraged to raise money to support the mission.
If you scan the QR code on your screen right now, it'll take you to our KSAT 12 fundraising page where you can join the KSAT team and make a donation to help us reach our goal of $5,000.
And looking ahead, GMSA will look a little different starting next week to better serve our viewers and the community we love. Good Morning San Antonio on KSAT 12 will now air from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. every weekday morning beginning this coming Monday, October 9th.
This change allows for more immediate news gathering and stories that matter to you and your family the moment you wake up and at a time that works best for you.
Our dedication to breaking news from overnight, pinpoint traffic reports, and your most accurate weather authority forecast continues on GMSA weekdays from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. on KSAT 12. Watch or live stream wherever you get your news.
6:38, 72 degrees.
And just ahead, we are getting ready for the annular eclipse right in the path of the Alamo City. Justin Horn will break it down for us in just a moment.
6:41, welcome back. Something very rare and unique, easily once in a lifetime, is scheduled to happen in San Antonio soon.
So it will happen over the span of 2 days, October 14th and April 8th of 2024. The moon will move completely in front of the sun, cutting a path across south central Texas, converging near San Antonio.
Our Justin Horn fills us in on the first of those two events, which is called the annular solar eclipse.
We're getting two in a row when they should be hundreds of years apart.
San Antonio, or at least most of the city, has hit the celestial jackpot. Not only are we going to be in the path of a full annular solar eclipse on October 14th, but a total solar eclipse on April 8th of next year. And while the total solar eclipse is going to draw more attention, you shouldn't sleep on the annular.
So this may be your only chance to see this, and it's an incredible thing to see. It looks like there's a hole in the sun.
And that's the difference between the two, how much sun you're going to see during the event.
Sometimes the moon can block out the whole of the sun.
That's during a total.
But sometimes it's just a little bit further away from us. Its orbit isn't perfectly circular. And so when it's just a bit too far, you can still see the edge of the sun.
That's the annular.
And annulus is a fancy word for donut. And so that's what we call the eclipse, where we can still see the edge of the sun or the ring of fire.
Here's a look at the path and what time you'll see the ring of fire. Keep in mind the event lasts a few hours, the main show though, just a few minutes.
During the annular eclipse, you'll need glasses like these during the entire event, even at its peak. It's not until April of next year during the total solar eclipse that you can lose the glasses, at least for a little bit, during totality.
Homemade pinhole cameras can work too, and if you plan to use telescopes or binoculars, don't forget to attach a solar filter. And if all else fails, find a tree.
And look under a tree, because what happens is all the little gaps between leaves make little apertures, and so you get images of the sun on the ground. That happens every day, but on a normal day the sun is just a circle, but on eclipse day it's a crescent, and so you see all these little crescent suns on the ground under the trees.
And here's a fun fact. The temperature actually drops during an eclipse. During a total eclipse, it can drop close to 10 degrees depending on the current temperature and humidity.
An annular eclipse, you'll still feel that change in temperature. It's enough. It's more than a cloud going in front of the sun, but it's not like the total.
Speaking of clouds, we don't want them.
Am I nervous about clouds? I'm always nervous about clouds.
We are at the mercy of weather. While clouds wouldn't completely ruin the experience, they would take away from the once-in-a-lifetime event. Meantime, you may notice at the eclipse's peak that wildlife will start to act weird.
Birds will do the thing that they do after sunset. So after the sun sets, but before it gets dark, and they do the swooping around thing, and they make a lot of noise, birds will do that.
Our local bats may also get confused, although it's the total solar eclipse that may really throw them for a loop. Lastly, you'll want to start making plans now, with plenty of out-of-town visitors headed our way. Justin Horn, KSAT 12 News.
And we are your Eclipse Authority, and we're going to be sharing a lot of stories leading up to the annular eclipse on October 14th. It starts at 10:23 a.m. and will reach its peak at 11:54 a.m. So keep it right here on air on KSAT.com.
Just about 6:45 on your Tuesday morning.
Let's check back with RJ Marcus. about the situation there at I-35 and I-37.
Yeah, things definitely picking up, guys, traffic-wise in the downtown area. Looking at our TransGuide traffic shot here, I-35 northbound there at I-37. We know this is already a very busy area, but we do have a crash being reported. You could see that we have emergency officials on the scene. Looks like this car may have turned into maybe the side wall there of some sort. Try and get a clearer picture here in just a little bit, but taking a look at our maps, you can see that it's causing pretty good delay here on 35 north at 37. So again, this is already a very busy area, something to keep in mind if you are headed into the downtown area right now, the northbound lanes at 37. And we're still following the very latest here with this crash there at Loop 1604 eastbound at Judson Road. Again, that is causing pretty good backup past O'Connor Road, heading up close to Bulverde Road as well. So if you're taking the kids out to Madison High School, just keep this in mind. Maybe want to exit Bulverde, get to Classen Road there to get to Madison High School. But this is something that hopefully we can get cleared pretty soon, guys.
Thank you, RJ.
Yeah.
Can't emphasize enough, eclipse glasses, not sunglasses.
Yes.
You have to have the special ones that you can get.
And not old ones.
Yeah, somebody brought that up yesterday. That
I think it was Justin.
There's a I guess a date. They will eventually they lose their effectiveness. So you don't want to mess around with it.
They do have them. So make sure you use those glasses. And it's on a Saturday and people are going to be outside and everything. So especially remind kids not to look up at the sun.
And you can buy multi-packs on Amazon and stuff like that. So they're out there.
Yeah,
just get new ones.
Do that too. Interesting thing too is the eclipse goes from west to east. Yet when you look at the sky, the moon travels from east to west. That's the rotation of the Earth. But the moon actually revolves around the Earth from west to east, and that's why the eclipse travels that direction.
There you go.
That's one of those things you're kind of going, huh? So it's all those orbital mechanics.
We were all like a puppy. We're like, huh?
All right, take a look at this picture, and the family is out posing for a picture there, and got the kids to sit still long enough as well. So more to come. Thank you very much for that, Oscar, as well as the skeleton family. There's those few showers right there around just the East Crystal City, Carrizo Springs. Not much. That's the only thing that's being picked up on radar as of right now. Maybe a little sprinkle up there. The far corner of Medina County. We'll have a couple of them left over around here this morning. No glow as of yet. We still got another about 50 minutes until the sun comes up right around 7:30 this morning. And I'm going to keep just that small chance of rain in the forecast today. 1 or 2 little sprinkles here and there off and on throughout the day. And we're going to be up to 86 degrees at noon. High temperature today up to 92. So despite the fact that we are going to have a fair amount of clouds like yesterday, we'll still make it up into the low 90s. Still on average 6-7 degrees above the respective normals around the area. Here's a computer model. This is a long range model. Couple of showers around this afternoon. Not really too bullish on that. More rain off to the east. Then we go into tomorrow. A better chance for some rain. Again, this broad brushes things, so it's not going to be raining everywhere, but we do have that better chance for some rain. Then we get into the overnight hours, tomorrow night into Thursday. That's when we'll start to see some more rain around here. Damp commute Thursday morning, but the heavier rain is going to be kind of held back a little bit because the front looks like it's now going to move through here later on in the afternoon. So that's when some of that more widespread, heavier rain will move on through the area and then push through here. We'll still have some leftover clouds around Friday and Saturday, but we will then have some cooler temperatures because of the cloud cover around here Thursday, Friday. Then we get the secondary push of cooler air for the weekend. Now back to the rainfall and potential going through Thursday. We're looking at half an inch to an inch, some heavier amounts, maybe a couple inches in around most of our area. The majority of that, though, is going to be, or the heaviest rain, more widespread heavy rain, is going to be further off to the east. But again, there's going to be some of those spots where you get some heavier downpours. We're going to have to watch out for that because there's a lot of moisture, and especially, the humidity has gone up a little bit this morning. Humidity is going to continue to go up over the course of the next couple of days. So there's going to be a lot of moisture in the atmosphere to work with, which is why we are going to have that potential for a couple of those heavier downpours around here. 90 tomorrow, 85 Thursday, 83 on Friday. Better chance of rain Thursday, especially later on in the afternoon. And then over the weekend, long holiday weekend, 70s, even some upper 50s for low temperatures.
Whoa, back up. Let that marinate just a little bit.
The 70s part or the 50s part?
The 50s part, yeah.
That's awesome.
Look at him, the smirk.
A sweater.
It's called fall.
Yeah.
It's called fall. It's like Mike just won a medal or something. He's so proud. We love it. 650, 72 degrees.
So nice to say that instead of 100. So
Yes, I agree. Looking out there with live cam, not bad for now as well. 72 degrees. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on a Tuesday on GMA, Speaker McCarthy facing an effort to force him out of the job with another government shutdown looming just before Thanksgiving. Now, will Democrats bail him out again? Rachel Scott is going to have more from Capitol Hill. And also this morning, the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried set to begin. Once considered the king of cryptocurrency, he is charged with fraud. We'll get into that story and so much more right here on GMA.
If you're looking for a new holiday tradition, how about donating holiday stockings that'll be delivered to service members and veterans?
Coming up today on GMSA at 9, Tiffany Huertas will explain how you can get involved in the Soldiers Angels project.
Plus, David Sears and RJ will have a full recap of Spurs Media Day yesterday. There was a lot going on out there and a lot they haven't told us yet. It's all coming up today on GMSA at 9.
Here right now on KSAT.com, the start of October means it could start looking a lot like fall, especially this weekend, right? And the San Antonio Pumpkin Festival, it's a celebration that will run Thursdays through Sundays. This is through October 29th on Broadway, not far from the Pearl. The party's going to have train rides, a corn maze, and of course, pumpkin carving.
And there are plenty of other things to do for fall and spooky season that includes haunted houses, pumpkin patches, and the Barbacoa and Big Red Festival. There's also Muertos Fest coming up at the end of October.
Can't wait. Also, don't forget Zoo already happening at the San Antonio Zoo. So fun Halloween events are going to be going on through October 31st. There will be tons of activities for the kiddos, including trick-or-treating and costume contests. You can find a full list of events and more information on our website at ksat.com.
Doesn't mean to spook drivers, but we need to check in with RJ Marquez anyway.
Yeah, let's get right to it, guys. All right, I-35 North, we saw this a little bit earlier. We have a crash being reported there. I-35 downtown area at 37. Let's go to another crash being reported. This is on the westbound lanes of Loop 410 at US 281. Again, this is near the airport. Westbound 410 at 281 right there. And then we are still dealing with this crash out there on the kind of northeast side, Judson Road. 1604 eastbound. So a lot of different things going on, guys.
Big backup there as well. All right, starting to see the orange glow of the sunrise out there. Perfect pumpkin color for October. And 72 degrees here in town, upper 60s in parts of the hill country. A little more humidity out there this morning. 86 at noon, so already at the normal high, well above normal later on today. A couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms here and there. A little bit better chance of rain tomorrow. Better chance of rain then on Thursday. Some showers starting off, but especially during the day we'll have more rain, even a couple of heavier downpours. The front moves on through here, but then the cooler air, yes, we will be in the mid 80s, but then the cooler air is going to sort of lag behind that and come in here for the weekend. So we're looking at some highs in the 70s and some lows even in the upper 50s by late week and going on towards Columbus Day.
I mean, the leaves are changing in other parts of the country.
Yeah.
This is the least we could get, right?
And we're happy with that.
We are.
We'll see you at 9.